Hello friends, welcome back to a new episode of Beating Grandmasters with the good stuff. And today we're going to be trying our best to rush out the fastest possible upgrades here with a Terran. Our first opponent is going to be a Terran as well, so a TVT. Now the beauty of TVT is that the Marine is actually a fairly important unit in this matchup. Some people might not know this, but the Marine is the core unit for Terran in this matchup. Maybe the tank. No, the Marine. The Marine is the core unit. So we're going to be rushing out upgrades for that core unit. And it's also not completely uncommon to have a slightly delayed initial barracks and a delayed natural command center. So it's not going to arouse any suspicion from my opponent, which is important. And it's going to give me a major advantage by the time I get my +1 out at the, well, what's it going to be? Like the 3-minute mark or so. We open up with a gas first, and we're going to skip our Reaper. And then just get our +1 out. Get a Marine, orbital command, CC on the high ground. And I guess we're just kind of going to take it from here. So this bad boy finished up. And we're going to start our +1 here. 1 minute and 30 seconds into the game. Start our first Marine as well. And I think ideally we get, our second depot before anything else. And this is, I think, the standard build order that I kind of want to go for. And the simple reason, like in every single matchup. Except maybe Terran versus Zerg. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm kind of afraid of my opponent proxy rexing me here, if that's the case. I'm obviously fairly dead. Like a couple of Reapers show up, or even if like 5 Marines show up in a couple of seconds, that would also be rather far from ideal. I'm going to construct my command center here on the high ground, which will give it a little bit of extra added safety. At least I hope so. As on the low ground, if a Reaper shows up, it will just cancel it basically, and there's nothing I can do about that. +1 is almost halfway done. Our Marines are... I wonder if you can beat a Reaper with a Marine if you have +1. I still don't think so, but the thought intrigues me. I'm actually curious. I don't... Maybe if I'm on the high ground, I can actually. I wonder now. I really am starting to wonder. I'm gonna try this in the unit test map after this, but for now, let's not focus too much on it. Gonna get one more depot. eBay is kind of being used as a spotter as well in case drops ever do start showing up. Do I want to add a factory at this point already? I think I probably do. Just play some like 2-on-1 type of style build order, but rather than just going with 2-on-1, I'm going to hit with 1-1 as well. So it's 2 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport, and then 1-1, which represents the upgrades. The 2-1-1 with 1-1. It's a confusing name, but explained it makes a lot of sense. So +1 here finishes up. I actually think I can probably march downstairs pretty soon as well from this point on out, right? Feels like I should be capable of doing that. Okay, +1 finished up. That's good. And yeah, let's actually just go there. Let's fly it over first, and then we turn it into an orbital command. I think that is the ideal solution here for me. Start our stim upgrade immediately as well, and start getting more and more Marines. Now, the thing I'm most afraid of is like a Reaper Hellion attack, especially if these Reapers end up going in towards my main base. I'm not super ready for that. I don't think I'm super ready for that. So maybe I should just keep 2 Marines on the high ground at all times. Does feel like that could be a good solution to my minor issue. Of course, this is a map where Reapers can also jump up on this spot, so we're also going to cover that area. This is a really powerful build, I think. I want to play this against Zerg as well, that's for sure. Okay, get back into gas a little bit. Need to make sure that I have enough gas. And I kind of want to continue my upgrades quickly behind this as well. I'm not so sure if I can actually afford an armory at this point, as well as these two medevacs that I'm going to build initially. This feels bad for me. Yeah, I think my second upgrade is going to be a bit delayed. But this build order, honestly, some real potential. So it's honestly some real potential here. Okay, gonna get 2 of these. Got a couple of workers out of this, or a couple of Marines out. I think I already have enough Marines. Yeah, we don't need any more Marines. Maybe I should be a little bit less quick with the Marines. So look at this. Look at the damage output. Okay, here we see it. Now we're gonna see it. Is this good? Come on, let me attack you, mate. Come on, fight me. Fight me, you prick. Yeah, Marine's too powerful at this point. In TVT, this is a really good build, I think. I actually think this is going to be my new standard build. Unironically. Okay, combat shield needs to start as well here. We're going to boost these 2 straight across the map. Hope we don't fly into 2 cyclones that are probably also still somewhere you know, around the map at this point. This is now chilling. I'm not a huge fan of that. I always want my eBay to be doing something at least, and that's not the case right now. Armory is about to finish up. I mean, starting +2 5 minutes into the game is still pretty decent timing, in my mind at least. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. At least we can get a CC on position, because I know for sure that my opponent will not be moving across the map anytime soon. Sending this into the tank shot, that's gonna inevitably be there. Where the tank come from? Maybe I can run around this. No, I can't. There's also a tank. Why did the tank on the bottom side shoot first? Why did the chicken cross the road? And more questions like that in my upcoming book. You can buy it on Amazon. Second eBay. Gonna continue our upgrade frenzy here. And my entire plan is to just fight. So my main goal isn't to get caught up in, you know, tank wars or any of that type of shenanigans. No, my plan here is to have continuous trading with a very high count of Marines against my opponent's Marines. So if I can kind of, you know, kind of force my opponent out of his shell, I'm going to be very happy about this. Okay, we have 2-2 on the way at the moment. This Marine still trying his best to do something useful with its life. I'm still supply low. I've been supply low for like 5 years at this point. I'm okay with that. I think I can fight this. I actually think I can fight this. But I also think I can drop into the natural to do even more. I truly believe I can fight this.
Not enough minerals.
There we go.
Where's the emergency? Now what?
That's good as well. Oh, that dies at a very high pace.
Command center upgrade.
I wonder if I can just go in there. I think I can. Kill this as well. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right?
Complete.
Oh, +2 is finished. Like, these fights are so much better than my opponent expects them to be as well, which is important to note. Did lose a lot of my workers, or a lot of my units there. I'm also severely overbuilding from the barracks that I do have, which is not quite ideal. Okay, you guys go in. Pick up. I wonder if I can just straight up fight this. I don't think I can. Going to move back a little bit. I think I might just be lacking production at this point. Like, my actual fighting skills here are good now. Like, I have good freaking units. Like, legitimately good units. Yes, come in here. Come in. Didn't get the repair there in the end. But I did clear a bunch of ravens, which is something, at least. I mean, we have freaking 2-1 upgrades. I think if I go from 2 sides at the same time... Maybe? Okay, maybe not. Ah! You die here. Look at these Marines go though. They're shredding through tanks at this point. Well, it's not quite shredding, but at least I'm dishing out a lot of damage. Like, I'm legitimately dishing out a lot of damage. Look at this. Freaking taking on Vikings here. 2-2 upgrades against nothing, I guess, huh? I think we can fight this. And if I can fight this, maybe I can continue pushing in as well. Get 3-3 started. Okay, we did lose a lot of workers. I kind of forgot about that base. Also having died. I forgot about the extra barracks that I built as well. I was like, man, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's playable, but maybe it also isn't. Oh, we'll see. We're not going to give up yet, at least. It's the one thing that I do know. I want to get some Marines on this side. I want to get 1 Marine on the far left side as well. So if I can deny a fort base for a little bit longer, I'm going to get an okay marine count, but it's very important my opponent does not have a fort base. Oh, well. There go my hopes and dreams. Sometimes life isn't... Wait, he's playing mech. How have I not realized that up until now? Not having stim probably was a pretty big clue, wasn't it?
Mineral field depleted.
My upgrades are still mental though.
Not enough.
I know this doesn't look good for me, but...
Not enough minerals.
What if I just get Marauders from this point on out? They were 65. Yes. Okay, I don't really feeling it anymore. We have 65 work or 65 supply. If we had not even if we had 65 workers, life would be okay. But we had 65 supply, which is fairly low. Maybe if he continues sending in units for no real reason and doesn't realize about my fort base, we have a future. I mean, it is possible. We have insane upgrades. We're done. We're done upgrading right now,
Not
which is actually a very good thing for me.
not enough.
Okay, you go into the main base. I wonder if there's anything set up there for me. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking of. Because he also had some thoughts. Oh, 0-0. I'm gonna be up 6 upgrades. That is the biggest difference in upgrades possible, by the way, for the people that can't count at home. And for the people that are not at home and also can't count. It's still, the point holds true. No matter your location. And 62 workers now. This is kind of okay, I guess. Gonna get one of these here. 5th base on the way as well. Okay, maybe it's possible. Maybe there's a future for me after all. We're gonna try to push in between these bases. I'm just so...
Additional supply depots required.
He's scanning with like 17 things at a time. That scares me. That actually does kind of scare me. I think I can fight this. I actually think I can fight this.
Not enough.
I have so many Marauders right now. This feels viable for me to fight, no?
Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots
I need more
Additional supply
more of these guys.
depots required.
That's the one thing I do need. No matter what you think about life. I need more medevacs right now. Right about now. The font. Oh, he's not even sieged up. If he doesn't siege up in time, maybe I can go. Yeah, he's definitely sieging up. Oh, I'm right in his... I didn't quite realize I was in there. I was like, why is he sieging up all of a sudden? I guess he just realized that I was standing in his zone. We're going to continue getting more and more bases. Like, we're going to retain map control for at least a little bit longer. I can only imagine, at least. I mean, this should be a cleanup. Oh, this is definitely going to be a cleanup, huh? Look at this! We're ripping through it, my friend. Ripping through it. This is not even close. This is not fair. Oh, this also is not fair. Wait, did I just build a command center there, despite me already having a command center in that general area? Also not entirely what I wanted.
Is under attack. Mineral
Okay, well, we have a good army here.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Yeah, just clear this. This is no problem for me. This is absolutely no problem, right?
Ready for dust off.
Not enough energy. Mineral field depleted.
No, move away. I have only Marauders at this point. It's not entirely how I imagine things to go.
Not enough.
Maybe you can just come in from here or what? I bet he has something up here as well. It's pissing me off already.
Mineral. Our SCVs are under attack.
I'm not sure if he's actually winning though. We have so many units right now. Like legitimately so many units. We have a base over here. We can get a planetary in this area. Can get a turret in here as well.
Mineral
Still have a random tank in this location. I'm not sure why, but it is happening. Which is good, I think. Yeah, you go die. Oh, crap. Meh.
Not enough.
Okay, I'm not super happy with how all of that went, but if we forget about that small part,
Command
there are a lot of tanks up here. How many tanks can you really have down? I think I can just attack him into this now. Can't I?
Vespine Geyser exhausted. Command center upgrade.
Maybe I can't. Never mind. I cancel my previously made statement. Probably should take these out. What is this? Oh, one of them bad boys.
Ready for dust off.
I mean, there's no way you want to attack into me. I just don't see it possible. I just don't see it viable. My friend, this is a mistake. You're going too deep, no?
Not enough energy. Our SCVs are under attack. Unacceptable command. Not enough energy.
Uh-oh. Was it a mistake? Or was I the mistake? Yeah, +2 already at this point. It was a good game nonetheless. I think this had less to do with my upgrade rush. If anything, my upgrade rush kept me in the game. You know, he did have 91 workers already. I felt like we got pretty close to breaking him at certain points. We're just too slow with continuing to upgrade, I guess, into ship weapons and things like that. Too focused on the ground upgrades. Like here, after I clear this, I'm like, huh, maybe there's, you know, there might be a world here in which if I don't mess up the next fight, it's okay. Okay, if I just had more Marines on that bottom army, I should have moved in with my Marauders first, like this one. I think this is a fight that loses me the game. I send my Marines in first. If that's Marauders, they can tank a bit more. Then my Marines stay alive, and when the Vikings show up, I actually have something to deal with them. I can also snipe this bad boy. Like, imagine I still have like 10 Marines in this army. I can even consider dropping into the main base, maybe. Just boosting in, you know? It was a difficult start, though. I'll be honest about that. It was a difficult start, but a good first game and a build order that has been somewhat figured out. So let's hop into our next one straight away. All right, here we go in our next game, as we have a little bit of a Protoss player. Now,
Not enough minerals.
I think what I want to do against Protoss is I want to pretend like I'm playing a 2-gas opener.
Not enough minerals.
I think that's going to be the goal. So I want to wall this really fast, and it might actually delay my upgrade by a tiny bit, because I have to build a second depot
Not enough
before I
minerals.
get the eBay out.
Not enough minerals.
That seems like the correct way of doing it. Although, I'm not entirely sure if there is a correct way. Then we'll follow it up with...
Additional supply
I'm thinking either the 2-1-1 or just some type of 3-Rex build. Like, 3-Rex builds are obviously going to be very powerful here.
minerals.
I think that much is obvious for everyone. Let me make sure that I really get this going. Do I want the full wall yet? Okay, I can't resist.
Not enough minerals.
I hope I don't get scouted in time then. Okay, this is a praying move, alright? Hoping my opponent scouts a little bit later. I think I still should be capable of blocking this, so... What's it gonna be? 110?
Not enough
Yeah.
minerals.
Want one more SCV as well, but I can cancel this. So I just have my SCV here. If a probe would have come up, I would have cancelled it worker, started a depot immediately. And now, because my first barracks is a bit delayed, if my opponent understands a little bit about like things like barracks timing and stuff like that, might even think that I'm playing a proxy marauder here, which would be huge. Huge. Absolutely massive. Orbital command is delayed for no real reason. That's of course a little annoying. And this Marine is going to sell that proxy marauder fantasy even more. Let me tell you that much. Look at this. Pop, 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 pop. No, can't get it. All good, no problem. I think my opponent should be getting a blind battery at this point. I think that is probably the ideal thing to do right now. I want to go for a 3-Rex, I think. Yeah. No, 2-on-1. Actually, it's going to be 2-on-1. I want to see how this build performs. I really want to see how this build performs. I'm fairly curious. So we're just going to get our second barracks. Oh, well. I don't know. It's so difficult. There's so many good options here. Gonna pull out a gas just for a little bit. Of course, I'm not scouting either, which could hurt me a little bit. I don't think it is going to. All right. Build this bad boy. Continue to add more and more of these Marines onto the mix. The Marine is going to be very important because it allows me to stay alive in the early game. Without the Marine, I would just probably straight up die in the early game if I wouldn't be capable of getting out like 4, 5, 6 Marines. So we're just going to get out 5 Marines initially, and then we'll take it from there. Whatever happens from here on out, maybe we need to cut a couple of Marines, maybe we don't. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. Okay. I feel like this was a very late scout. I think he was confused here. I think that's what happened. He's like, man, this is really weird. What's going on? Like, what actually are you doing, buddy? I'm not entirely sure either, mate. Not entirely sure either. This one's done. Need supply depots, but luckily this bad boy is going to finish up right away.
Upgrade.
And we can start an orbital command and a third gas.
Add-on complete.
I maybe even want to move out on the map just a tiny bit here. Look at this.
Not enough minerals.
See if we can fight like a stalker or something. This is a weird move out. Yeah, I'm gonna go back home. I don't think this is actually good. Is that a real Phoenix? Is that a real Phoenix?
Command center upgrade.
Does feel like a real Phoenix. Does really feel like a real Phoenix. Okay, can I get a reactor out? I think this is the ideal build order for me, because I'm going to be hitting with 1-1. My opponent, unless he plays Phoenix Colossus, should not be ready. It's just going to be gateway units and Phoenix. And by the time I'm hitting, I think I just straight up win the game. Honestly, like thinking about this, I'm hitting in about a minute from now. I'm going to be hitting with 16 Marines, 2 medevacs, and 1-1. I don't think gateway units without an upgrade can deal with this. This would be frustrating to lose this SCV. I don't even think he wants to use lifts right now. He's afraid. My opponent is simply afraid of what I'm going to throw at him. Gonna split this up. Make sure I'm not going to get harassed to death here. This actually feels fairly good for me. Get a reactor out as well. Whoop. Push this out. I'm completely destroying this game. I forgot my armory, but it's okay. Okay, and we're just gonna start moving across the map right now and hope that the Phoenixes don't find my medevacs. If they find my medevacs, live as I know it right now is going to be pretty darn over. If they don't find my medevac, oh, this is a mistake, surely, no? But was it a mistake? I see this flying around. Not so sure about that one, mate. Do want to start my +2 as well. Come on. Finish up, mate. Come on, buddy. It's time to finish it. Finish what you started. I think there might be no third base yet. And then I have nothing to attack. And there's going to be a Colossus here, surely. There's no Colossus? Look at this fight. Oh, I'm just bursting through it, eh? Look at this. Want to go back home a little bit, I guess. Second eBay as well. Ooh, that's going to be a big no from me. Send this over. And 2 more barracks as well on top of it. I feel fairly confident with all of this. I feel fairly confident in my current position. We have 3 more barracks going up. We have combat shield finished. Can I just walk in and clear this? I also have invisible mines already, which is a huge deal, obviously. Obviously. Okay. Clear the guardian shield, bad boy. I think it's just a win. The thing is that it surprises my opponents how well I trade, I think. Like, they're looking at fights and the regular math doesn't add up. Like, it adds up, it just doesn't work. Like, so my opponents are looking at these fights and going, wait a second, I'm supposed to be winning this. And I think that's just what happened here. And it doesn't click the upgrades and then... just like that, boom. Beautiful little game. I do want my 2-2 to start as well. I don't know what his upgrades are. 0-0. More depots. Can I just attack into it as well or no? I don't think I have enough marauders for it yet. We're just now really getting online with our main setup. come on. I want you to walk into this, buddy. I want you to deal with this by walking into it. So I don't really want you to deal with it. I just want you to walk into my mind right about now. Okay, cleared my 2 mines. I have a very high medevac count. I just don't have the units currently to really do anything of value. I think I'll wait for +2 until I attack. And then once I have it, I'm going to really start going ham with the drops as well. I'm gonna send these over here. Cancel 1 and get 3 more barracks. Like, my production is in absolute overdrive at the moment. Okay. Everything's gonna get rallied into this position. And we're going to hit in the key spot, or what is often considered the key spot. It's between the natural and the third, where it's difficult to defend.
Life flight's here.
Well. Wait, where's he going? Hello?
Ready for dust off.
Where were you going, matey? Do you have a base up there? Do you have a base up there? Maybe up here? Can I fight this? Probably can, huh? Okay, maybe I should have not fought into the super battery. And maybe I regret that a little bit. But what's it to you, huh? Okay, I'm also gonna lose these marauders now. That's actually even more painful. I do believe I'm already winning enough that it's not going to matter, but often when I think that's the case, I end up losing this game. Are we cleared? What is this?
Add-on complete.
Is that Joe Biden? No, that's Jeff Bezos, I think. Interesting.
Upgrade. Insufficient Vespine gas. Command center.
Maybe this guy works for Amazon. I guess I'm wondering where my packagers are staying.
Ready for dust off.
Can I attack into this though? I have no clue. Let's try. Okay, once again, super battery. Here, gets activated. Poof, poof, poof. Mines get used. Hey, what are you guys doing? Is he legitimately just defending on 3 bases right now? This seems like a trick here. Oh, I made the same mistake as in the first game. I forgot to... Oh, I'm actually not been... I've not been a very good boy. I've not been a very good boy at all. I've not been getting my extra upgrades. Not my +3 for my ground. And neither anything for my ship weapons here. I actually regret that. Ship weapons are huge, huge. Especially against this type of composition where... I mean, I'm still going to be up a lot of upgrades. I'm literally not very worried about that. But maybe it could have been even better right now for me. I want to go up to like 5 gas. Or sorry, 10 gas. On every base, take 2 gas basically. This feels somewhat okay. 4 or 5. That was a good enough split. It wasn't brilliant, but I mean, we're up freaking 5 upgrades. I don't think anything I do really matters anymore. Come here, mate. Ship. Oh. Look at these marines shred through the interceptors as well if I need to. I think I am shredding through the interceptors as we speak. Didn't go quite as fast as I thought it would. Gonna be honest. Nah, that's fine. I'm kidding. Wait, is he actually counterattacking? That seems suspicious. Want more workers or no? 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm currently up against the main army, 5 upgrades. And against the air, well, I'm gonna be up against the air, so I'm just gonna get a second one of these. Get vehicle plating out of this one already as a follow-up, so I don't have to think about that. And we're gonna go again. Like, we're just continuously going to hit him where it hurts, which is where his main army is. Because I'm really freaking powerful right now. Gonna rally more and more Vikings across the map as well. I don't even care that much about my medevacs, honestly. Did see that there was an observer here once again. Oh, this bad boy can maybe snipe some of these guys. Well, that wasn't the tightest micro that I've had in my life. But I don't think it's about having the tightest micro. The super battery has been going off the entire time, but I don't think it actually did a lot. Well, it obviously held for fully, but my damage output is so ridiculously high right now. Just not dying. The Colossi actually deal no damage either. Watch me talk crap the entire time just to lose the game. That would be hilarious, but in a very sad way. So not very funny. Not allowed to make fun of me. And we're getting just more and more of these. Get +2 ship weapons as well. Still 0-0. Look at this Marine go. It doesn't actually die as fast. I thought it was gonna, 3-shot it, but I guess 9 damage isn't quite enough for that. First results. Ooh. I think these Vikings are gonna help though. Just gonna A-move in. I can't be bothered anymore. I think this is over now, no? Look at this. Vikings just ignoring the GG well played. Beautiful stuff here, Kevin the Koning. And that is what these solid upgrades are for. Oh, I love it when things go right. Nice. All right, sick. That's going to be it for me today, for today's episode as well. This is one of the things that I do want to revisit again in the future. I think it's a very fun one. It's a little bit of a trick that potentially puts me behind, but has some real payoffs as well. So it's just, it really hits the sweet spot for me. Yes, there are risks involved, but there's also rewards at the end. Well, sometimes when I'm playing just one unit compositions, it feels like it is just risk and no reward at the end. It's like climbing up a building rather than just taking the elevator. This feels more like climbing up a building and then there being a block of cheese on top of the building that you can't reach with the elevator. This analogy was not very good, but luckily the games were. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments as well. And if you have any more suggestions, then be sure to also let me know that in the comments. I'll be reading those. And yeah, bye-bye.